Hey everyone, my name is Taryn and thank you so much for stopping by my channel, Nicole Flower House. Today is just a quick update. I think we're going to be getting frost tonight, so it's just a few things that are still left in the garden. A look at my roses and just kind of the last garden tour before frost. The first thing I've been working on this week is starting a new shade garden. This gets a little bit of sun, but not all day. And the first thing I planted in here is some astilbe. This is an example spinel. I did plant this variety, but I also planted 3 other ones. And I'd like to move my hellebore over there and increase the number of those that I have. My winter berries still look good underneath this shade cloth, which I'm using to protect from birds. I want to use this for some Thanksgiving and Christmas arrangements. Next up, I have some anemones popping through. I just planted these about a month ago. I soaked them in water for 24 hours before planting out to help speed up that process, and they are looking really good. I was planning on taking down this tunnel, but after thinking about it, I don't really want to, so I'm just going to change up my plan for corralling my dahlias. It's just such a pretty tunnel, and I want to give it another chance for at least one more year. Here I have some straw flower plants that I'm going to stake up. I've removed the green landscape fabric from these rows, and I don't plan on putting it back down. Most of the plants did not do well, and I think it's just because our climate is very hot and that landscape fabric just made everything way too hot for the plants. I do need to pull roots out of this area from grass, but it's looking really good, so I'm going to give this a heavy mulching, and I'm excited about what can come next year. This is the massive pile of grass and weeds that I pulled out of these 5 rows, so next year I hope to do better. The next area that I want to rescue from the terrible grass invasion is right here. There are actually some lisianthus that have survived in this garden bed, so I want to unbury those next. In the bed next to it, I have anemones that are coming through from last year. So this is next on the weeding list of getting the grass out after I get those lisianthus cleaned up. I did not pull any of the anemones out at the end of their growing season. I just left them in the garden bed and they're coming back for me. So I'm really happy about that. I think most of these are the blue variety. I also have some called giant poppy, I believe, which were really nice. And I'm wondering if I'll get taller, longer stems since these are second-year plants. This mulch bed right here still has hope. The grass that's in this is basically crawling pretty much on the surface, and it's not too hard to get out of there. So after I rescue the lisianthus and the anemones, this is next on the list because I would love to get this garden bed cleared out. I had put compost down and mulched it, and then the grass kind of took it over, but again, it's not very deeply rooted. So if I get working on this, I can save it with relatively little effort and have a brand new planting bed ready to go. This right here in this aisleway is Orlea. It is self-seeded from last spring, so I'm wondering if I'll get this Orlea super early. It's kind of annoying because it's in the walkway, but I'm definitely going to leave it here and see what happens. I may have to trim some of it back so I can get through, but I want to let it go to see how early it'll bloom. There's a few more plants in this area that have self-seeded. I don't recognize them, so if you do, let me know in the comments below what you think they are, but I'm going to let these few things go as well. Next, I want to take you through the rose garden. It's putting on a little bit of a flush. These plants need pruned really badly, and I can't wait to do that this January, but for right now, we'll look at the blooms that are coming through. I know my rose plants don't look like much right now, but I'm just so happy with this armful of blooms that I was able to get. It just shows the promise of what this rose garden can grow into, and I'm really excited for what's going to come in the next few years as these rose plants get established and get their roots in the ground. This bucket right here is just all the miscellaneous things I wanted to harvest before the frost tonight. So I have some gomphrena, some mums, marigolds, there's a few scabiosa in here, so just some odds and ends that I was able to pull out of the garden. These are wreath bases that I made out of English ivy vines. I have them growing in pots so they don't take over my garden, but I love how natural and rustic these look compared to the willow, so I definitely want to make more of these in upcoming years. The English ivy has just earned itself new, bigger pots so I can get more vines out of them. Here's an update on the ranunculus that I'm growing under my grow lights. They look okay. They don't look as good as established plants out in the garden, but I still want to see what happens with these. I'm hoping to get blooms for Valentine's Day. Here is a quick look of what my shop looks like right now. I have it all decked out for Christmas. I have some dried eucalyptus and winterberry things made, and also the clear ornaments have dried dahlias in them. I also have some dried bouquets mounted to cedar, and I really like the way those look as well. So I have a lot to offer for the holiday season, and I hope the shop does okay. Well, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and the best way to support me and my channel is to subscribe and share it with your flower-loving friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.